Okay, Hare Krishna. Welcome to all the devotees. Today's session of the Secrets of Bhagavad-Gita. So today we are going to discuss Bhagavad-Gita chapter 2, text 39. We'll start again. Esha te bhita sankhye buddhir yoge tvimam shrunu buddhya yukto yaya partha karma bandham prahasyasi. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace Srila Prabhupada. Translation. Thus far I have described this knowledge to you through analytical study. Now listen as I explain it in terms of working without fruitive results. O son of Pritha, when you act in such knowledge, you can free yourself from the bondage of works. Purport. According to the Nirukti or the Vedic dictionary, Sankhya means that which describes things in detail. So here in the particular verse, there is a word Sankhya. So Lord Krishna explains to Arjuna that he has uh, described the knowledge of dharma or uh, what to do, what not to do in terms of Sankhya. Now, what is that Sankhya? That has been explained further here. Uh, this Sankhya is uh, originates from the word Sankhya. So, from Sankhya, there is uh, we can form the word Sankhya. And what is this Sankhya? Sankhya means uh, describing things in detail. So it is not just numbers, but it is uh, to explain something in great detail. That is called uh, Sankhya or Sankhya. Uh, in Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur's commentary, we find that the explanation of the word Sankhya. He says, Samyak khyayate prakashyate vastu tattvam anena iti Sankhyam samyak jnanam. So, what is Sankhya? That which has been explained in detail. Samyak khyayate. Khyayate means to explain, and samyak means in great detail. So that is called Sankhyam or some proper knowledge. So having this definition, Sankhya means to understand things in great details. Generally, when we hear the word Sankhya or Sankhya, we remember numbers. But numbers, basically, they are ways of explaining things in great details. That is why it's called Sankhya. Samyak khyayate. So that is the root meaning of the word Sankhya or even Sankhya. So now, whenever we see this word Sankhya or Sankhya, we should understand that it is meant for explaining things in great detail. That's why it's called Sankhya. And figuratively, it refers to numbers like one, 2, 3, 4, whatever. Okay. Next, and Sankhya refers to that philosophy which describes the real nature of the soul. So Lord Krishna has already explained this particular Sankhya philosophy in a very essence, we can say, because Lord Krishna explained that Hato va praptisi swargam jitva va bhokshati mahi tasmad uttishta kaunte yuddhaya krita nishayah sukha dukhe same kritva labha labho jaya jayo tato yuddhaya jasva naivam papam vapsasi. So, without consideration of victory or loss, just do as a duty, uh, and you will not incur any sin. So, this kind of uh, mindset is the results of Sankhya philosophy. So, in Sankhya, when you see uh, that we are not this body, we are spirit souls. Lord Krishna, uh, in the previous verses, he explained that the soul cannot be destroyed, it is eternal, and the body is perishable, and anyway, it is going to die. So, we have to carry out our duty. So, that is called Sankhya, to differentiate between all the elements and uh, particularly uh, to understand the Atma Tattva or the science of soul. So, uh, having realized this Atma Tattva or having understood Atma Tattva, Arjun was supposed to uh, act as per Sankhya philosophy. So that was the background of the previous instructions. Now onwards, Lord Krishna would explain the same uh, tattva, the science of soul, in terms of bhakti yoga, so that Arjuna would understand his duty properly. So that is Lord Krishna's kindness upon Arjuna, that he is uh, finding various ways to convince Arjuna about his duty. This is something a great lesson for us. So we may uh, try to explain some subject matter to someone, and it may happen that the person who we speak to may not get it so easily. So we may have to find other means, or uh, we have to find uh, any ways so that the person uh, should get the message. And that's a good strategy for a speaker. Speaker does not mean who just know how to speak. So speakers means he should understand what his audience, uh, uh, what is the adhikar of his audience. Adhikar means what is the level of his audience and how audience is going to understand his message. So that is something we can learn from this particular uh, verse or conversation. So he explained the same thing Atma Tattva in terms of Sankhya. Now he would be explaining the same thing in terms of Buddhi Yoga. Buddhi Yoga here means Bhakti Yoga. Vishwas Agri Thakur and other acharyas explained the same thing, that it is Buddhi Yoga means Bhakti Yoga. So we see that in the very beginning of Bhagavad-Gita, Lord Krishna mentions about Bhakti Yoga. Um, in fact, Bhakti is interwoven in all the yogas, whether it is Nishkam Karma or Jnana Yoga or Ashtanga Yoga. It is already always there. But here, particular when Krishna says that Buddhi Yoga Tvavanshram, listen to me, the same science from the Buddhi Yoga point of view or from the Bhakti Yoga point of view. That means that he should understand pure devotional service without any mixture of karma, jnana, or Ashtanga Yoga. So that is the understanding of this verse. Next, okay, Sankhya refers to that philosophy which describes the real nature of the soul, and yoga involves controlling the senses. Arjun's proposal not to fight was based on sense gratification. It's a very important point. So Arjuna did not want to fight, but for what? It was motivated by sense gratification. It was not motivated by dharma. Many times we discuss this point that we do have material desires. We may have emotions. However, we can dovetail those emotions or we can dovetail those material desires as per dharma. So ultimate criteria to do anything is dharma. So Arjuna was getting motivated by his material desires. It was yeah, it was not getting motivated by dharma, because as per dharma he should not have any doubt regarding his duty. But we clearly see that Arjuna, because by the internal potency of Lord Krishna, he is acting as a bewildered person, and that is why he tends to forget his duty as a kshatriya. Otherwise, it's so foolish that once you declare war against your enemies, and all of a sudden, when you reach the war field, you deny to fight. That's simply this is simply unacceptable for any Kshatriya. But here, it is a divine arrangement of Lord Krishna. So the point is that Arjuna Arjuna's denial of his duty as a Kshatriya, not to fight, it is simply a reflection of his sense gratification. It was there was no element of dharma. Of course, from external point of view, we could say that Arjuna had many genuine reasons, but the core or essence of his arguments was sense gratification. I will not be happy. So what actually really matters that I will not be happy. So why should I take this Kshatriya dharma? So that was Arjuna's argument. But dharma does not work like that. Dharma means we have to understand and uh, accept the order of God, the order of Lord Krishna, and execute it no matter whether it is pleasing to us or not. So that is dharma. And by executing this dharma, uh, our soul will be happy. That is his constitutional position. So whether it is pure bhakti yoga or it is nishkam karma yoga, any yoga we do, we have to perform our dharma because dharma is also an order of God. So yoga means also order from God because ultimately we get connected to God for what? Just to obey His orders, to serve Him, to please Him. So that is yoga. So even uh, when we follow our individual dharma, that is also a sort of yoga because that comes within Nishkam Karma Yoga. Usually, people when they in the conditioned state, they cultivate material desires. So that particular stage of life is not considered uh, a, a yoga because that's called karma kanda, where we use the dharma to fulfill our material desires. But actually, dharma is also sort of yoga because that is also an order from God, order from Lord Krishna to purify us. Dhar, dha, dharna dharma iti ahuhu. So, to maintain our body, soul, our mind, intelligence, everything, we need to follow Lord Krishna's instructions. So the Atma Shuddhi or purification of soul is already there in the within the structure of dharma. So if we do not follow dharma, then we can say that we are going away from Krishna. And those who are following Bhakti Yoga, they are naturally following uh, dharma. As we see that Arjuna wanted to avoid any kind of sin. So that is the nature of any devotee. A devotee of Lord Shri Krishna is the uh, highest moral person in the world. So he would be afraid of committing adharma. So if devotees in Krishna consciousness are not uh, following dharma or they are not getting motivated by dharma, uh, then it's a sign of ignorance or uh, even arrogance if we do that knowingly. So uh, bhakti yoga does not mean that we do not have to follow dharma because uh, that's an order from God. Why should we avoid dharma? That does not make any sense because there is no contradiction between dharma and bhakti yoga. The highest dharma is bhakti yoga, but that does not mean that dharma in and of itself is against bhakti yoga. So that's understanding. Let's move forward. Arjun's proposal not to fight was based on sense gratification, forgetting his prime duty. He wanted to cease fighting because he thought that by not killing his relatives and kinsmen, he would be happier than by enjoying the kingdom after conquering his cousins and brothers, the sons of Dhritarashtra. In both ways, the basic principles were for sense gratification. That was the motivation. Happiness derived from conquering them and happiness derived by seeing kinsmen alive are both on the basis of personal sense gratification. Even at the sacrifice of wisdom and duty. Krishna therefore wanted to explain to Arjuna that by killing the body of his grandfather, he would not be killing the soul proper. And he explained that all individual persons, including the Lord himself, are eternal individuals. They were individuals in the past, they are individuals in the present, and they will continue to remain individuals in the future because all of us are individual souls eternally. So that we learn in the previous verses. We simply change our bodily dress in different manners, but actually we keep our individuality even after liberation from the bondage of material dress. So there is no cessation of existence, as some philosophers think. So we always exist as spirit souls. So whatever change we experience, that is simply a change of dress, this material body. That is not there is no change in the in soul. Okay, electricity back. An analytical study of the soul and the body has been very graphically explained by Lord Krishna. That we saw. And this descriptive knowledge of the soul and the body from different angles of vision has been described here as Sankhya in terms of the Nirukti dictionary. This Sankhya has nothing to do with the Sankhya philosophy of the atheist Kapil. So there is another Sankhya that also explains things in great detail, but that philosophy is atheistic. So that does not believe in the existence of Ishvara. So it is based on Vedic scriptures, but it does not accept the role of any Ishvara in our life. So this Sankhya particular uh, this philosophy that has been explained by Lord Krishna to Arjuna is different from that uh, Sankhya philosophy of Kapila. That Kapila is different. There is also incarnation of Lord Krishna, that is Bhagwan Kapila. This Kapila is atheist Kapila. Long before the impostor Kapil Sankhya, the Sankhya philosophy was expounded in the Srimad Bhagavatam by the true Lord Kapila, the incarnation of Lord Krishna, who explained it to his mother Devhuti. It is clearly explained by him that the Purusha or the Supreme Lord is active and that he creates by looking over the Prakriti. This is accepted in the Vedas and in the Gita. Mhm. Let us see. Okay. Oh my God, what is happening today? Okay, hopefully. Hmm. It seems there is some serious issue with the internet. Okay, time is also up. So we will continue this discussion tomorrow. Okay, Hare Krishna. वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः श्रीमद् भगवद्गीता यज्ञ की जय श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय हरे कृष्ण थैंक यू फॉर ज्वाइनिंग विद अस